So, newly elected president of the US, Donald Trump wants to purchase Greenland. Yes, you heard that right. But why? Around 80% of Greenland is covered in ice. Who would like to own a land that looks lifeless? Well, when it comes to Trump, he looks at everything from a business perspective. And owning Greenland sounds like an amazing business deal for America. Why? To gain control of rare earth metals. That's right. While researching for this video, I came to know how desperately America wants Greenland for its rare earth minerals. These components are going to be mainstream in the future. Therefore, to level up its game against China, it is necessary for America to get hold of this land. However, the interesting part of this story is that people in Greenland are not interested in doing any business with America. They despise Trump, like many, but there may be a clever way for the US to acquire it anyway. Stay tuned! Trump always has a way out. Let's now address the elephant in the room. Why does Trump want Greenland? A quick answer to this question is that if Russia decided to launch weapons at the US, the quickest route would be over Greenland. When we look at maps, we generally see a flat version. The Earth is round. This means that the quickest way to travel from Russia to America is not a straight path. It goes over Greenland. That's why Trump believes Greenland is very important for America's safety. For hundreds of years, strong powers have battled for control of the oceans. Whoever has power over the seas has power over the world. The Pacific, Indian, and Atlantic Oceans have been important areas for conflicts, but the Arctic Ocean is especially notable. And you know what? Russia has total power over it. Currently, Canada, Russia, and Greenland share the North Pole. But what about America? It has no power at all, and that's a serious issue. China has a plan. With help from Russia, it plans to create an ice silk road to reach Europe more quickly, which would give it a big edge in trading. But Trump was not going to let that occur without a struggle. America has chosen to take part in the competition in the Arctic. During the war, Nazi Germany occupied Greenland. America recognized the threat and acted quickly. They invaded Greenland and set up military camps and radio stations. After the war, the U.S. sold radio technology to the government of Greenland for only $1, but they never actually left. Today, America still operates Pituffik Air Base in Greenland. In 1951, Denmark formally allowed the U.S. to defend Greenland. What happens if Russia fires missiles? This air base is in the right place to stop them. It seems that national security is just a convenient excuse. However, national security is a fancy and believable reason to acquire Greenland. But the real reason behind America's obsession for Greenland is cash. Donald Trump is so adamant about gaining Greenland's charge that Donald has told Denmark to stay away from Greenland, saying, "If you don't, we'll impose a 10% tariff." This means that Denmark will need to pay more to sell products in the U.S. Economists say this could reduce Denmark's economy by 3%. That is smart of Trump, but challenging for Denmark. Well, Denmark is in the EU, so if Trump goes after Denmark, the whole EU might respond. Trump still doesn't care. He is ready to take the chance because he thinks about the future, and having Greenland to him means access to rare earth minerals. Yes, Trump is looking at the bigger picture here. In the 20th century, countries with oil were very powerful. In the 21st century, rare earth rocks are very important. They are found in phones, computers, batteries, and electric cars. Essentially, everything we use today. And you know what? Greenland has a large amount of resources. These minerals may not seem interesting, but they are essential for today's electronics. Without them, we wouldn't have smartphones, electric cars, or powerful military weapons. For years, Greenland's rare earth minerals remained hidden under its icy surface. Now, as the ice melts due to climate change, these materials are becoming easier to reach. And guess who is noticing? The world's largest countries, especially the United States and China. Rare earth rocks are a set of 17 elements that can be found in the Earth's crust. They are not really rare in how many there are, but it is hard to get a lot of them. Some of the key ones are neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium. You may not recognize these names, but they are important for making strong magnets for wind turbines and electric cars. batteries for electric vehicles, and energy storage, military equipment like fighter jets and missile systems, as well as parts for smartphones and computers like screens, speakers, and circuit boards. Greenland has some of the biggest stores of rare earth rocks in the world. The island has valuable resources of these elements that haven't been used yet, making it a great opportunity for countries that need them. One of the largest sites is the Kvanefjeld mine in southern Greenland, which contains a large quantity of rare earth elements and uranium, both of which are important resources. This is why large countries like the United States and China are paying close attention to Greenland. Whoever gets these resources could have an advantage in the world of business and technology. For many years, the U.S. has depended a lot on China for rare earth materials. About 80% of the rare earths used in the U.S. are sourced from China. This is a big issue because if China stops providing these minerals, the U.S. could have a major crisis, particularly in the defense, renewable energy, and technology sectors. The U.S. wants to use Greenland's resources to rely less on China, improve its defense and technology, and compete in clean energy. The U.S. is promoting green energy sources, such as wind power and electric cars, which require rare earth minerals. Greenland has enough means to help with this effort. China, on the other hand, is the king of rare earth rocks. It has big reserves of these materials and is the leader in mining, processing, and exporting them. China has created a powerful monopoly, which has made countries like the U.S. rely on it. Why is this important? China can influence the world's supply. If political conflicts increase, China may reduce or stop its exports of rare earth materials, which would create problems for other countries. This has happened in the past. In 2010, China limited its rare earth exports to Japan due to a disagreement over land ownership. The message was simple: China controls the supply and can use it to negotiate. China and the U.S. both want access to Greenland's valuable rare earth materials, leading to a quiet but strong competition between them. China has invested in mining projects in Greenland to gain more power there. The U.S. and its allies are working to help Greenland grow its mining business to keep China from getting involved. In 2019, former U.S. President Donald Trump considered buying Greenland from Denmark. The idea seemed strange back then, but it highlighted how valuable Greenland's resources are to the U.S. Even though the purchase didn't go through, the U.S. has kept building friendships and trade connections with Greenland to tap its minerals. Greenland has valuable rare earth resources, but mining them is difficult. There are a few difficulties. A big worry is how mining can harm Greenland's delicate climate. Many people are concerned that big mining operations in Greenland could harm its ice and special wildlife. There are also political and moral concerns. Greenland is a self-governing part of Denmark, and its people can influence how their resources are used. Some people in Greenland favor mining because it could create jobs and help the economy, but others worry that outside countries will take advantage of their land. Also, the separation process is challenging. Rare earth minerals are difficult to sort and process. If Greenland begins mining, it will still require advanced tools to process the materials, which China currently leads in. What comes next? Will Greenland become a major source of rare earth minerals, or will China still control the market? The answer depends on government rules, environmental laws, and new mining and processing technology. Rare earth resources are very important for the future, providing clean energy and keeping the country safe. That's why the U.S., China, and many other countries are watching closely for Greenland's hidden resources. As technology improves and more people want these minerals, the competition will increase. It's not clear yet if Greenland will significantly impact the rare earth market. One thing is clear: this cold island has valuable resources that could influence the future of world power and technology. Moreover, because of climate change, the mountains in Greenland are melting. This means that oil, gas, and rare minerals that were previously out of reach in the Arctic can now be accessed. A study found that Greenland has 1.5 million tons of rare earth minerals. For many years, people couldn't access them because 80% of Greenland was covered in ice. People living in Greenland don't like that Trump is interested in their land. They see it as a threat. Trump has identified Greenland's vulnerability. It's one of the least populated places on Earth. It's the largest island in the world, but only 57,000 people live there. Only around 40,000 of them are adults. This means there's a lot of open space. On average, each person has 7 kilometers of land just for themselves. Also, 80% of Greenland is covered in ice. Denmark and the US have defense bases in Greenland, but it's important to note that Greenland depends entirely on Denmark for financial help and support. This puts Greenland at risk. Greenland is not completely independent, even though it is located far from Denmark. Actually, 1/5 of Greenland's funding comes from payments made by Denmark. Greenland has mostly ice, so it doesn't have large airports. They contacted China for assistance. China offered a loan, but with one rule: only Chinese companies could build the airports. America didn't like that idea at all, so they told Denmark, "You need to get involved." And you know what? Denmark did it. Right now, Denmark is covering most of the costs for airport projects in Greenland. Greenland belongs to North America, but it is ruled by Denmark, which is 3,000 kilometers away. It officially became part of Denmark in 1953. But in 1979, Greenland got some power over its own foreign affairs and defense through a referendum, which is just a fancy word for a vote. What if the US decided to take control of Greenland? They wouldn't need to go to war. All they'd need to do is have a poll, get the vote to go their way, and just like that, Greenland could become part of America. It's all about politics. Isn't that crazy? The people of Greenland are being asked an important question. Do you want to be part of Denmark or America? If they pick America, they would either receive US citizenship or $1 million each. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million for each person. With just about 40,000 adults living there, the community is quite small. Greenland could join the United States for $40 billion, leaving Denmark without any conflict. Before we move any further, if you are enjoying watching this video, you can appreciate our efforts by leaving a like. Your one like can keep us motivated to keep going. Let's get back to the topic. In 1867, the U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia in a similar agreement. In 1946, the U.S. offered Denmark $100 million to buy Greenland, which is about $1 billion today. But Denmark said no. In 2019, someone tried to buy Greenland again. Trump referred to it as a major real estate deal. However, the situation is complicated because sending troops to take control of Greenland would be a big issue, especially for Europe. Olaf Scholz from Germany said that lines should not be changed using force. Let's be honest, Trump is more than just a politician. He is naturally a businessman. He has made most of his money in real estate and can easily spot a good deal. He knows that Greenland might be very valuable for America in the future, particularly for security, the economy, and increasing its regional influence. Although it may seem like a typical real estate deal, Trump understands that there is much more involved. Greenland is valuable, and it could significantly benefit the U.S. in the future, particularly for security, the economy, and increasing its regional influence. Although it may seem like a typical real estate deal, Trump understands that there is much more involved. Greenland is valuable, and it could significantly benefit the U.S. in the future. In 2019, when Trump mentioned buying Greenland, the people of Greenland made it clear that they did not want to sell their land. Things have changed, and it all focuses on one person, Elon Musk. Nowadays, Musk strongly supports Trump. He also helped pay for Trump's campaign in the last election, and we all saw that Trump won by a lot. That's not unexpected. Musk spent $44 billion to buy Twitter, so think about what he could do with an entire country like Greenland. Buying Greenland might sound like a daring idea, but it's not as easy as just paying for it. If the U.S. went to war over Greenland, it would cost much more than $40 billion. It would make America seem like the bad guy to other countries. A safer way to get Greenland on America's side is through politics. Even if Musk or Trump offered a lot of money, Greenland might still not want to join the U.S. Don't forget about Denmark. If there's a vote, everyone in the country will have a say, not just those in Greenland. In politics, if a war seems likely, it might be better to pay attention to the people of Greenland, as this could be easier and more beneficial. Amidst all this, I found out an important news. America is planning a project called the Make Greenland Great Again Act. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? If this bill is approved, the U.S. can begin formal discussions with Denmark after January 20th. The surprising news is that Trump may use U.S. money to buy Greenland, but the U.S. has only 60 days to back out of the deal if they decide to. If they don't cancel, Greenland will finally become part of the U.S. So, what do you think? Should Greenland choose to be part of the U.S.? Or is there any other option for Greenland here? Do share your opinion in the comment section below. If you want us to cover any particular topic, mention that in the comment section and we will take it from there. You can also check out our already existing videos. If you enjoyed watching the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you soon in another video.